Hey, let's admit something here this morning. Over time, life can become mundane, boring, predictable, routine, and well, just blah. As a result, your brain, body, and drive goes numb. To maintain your zest, your zeal, and your enthusiasm for life, and the constant pursuit of your goals, you need to purposefully shock your system, your senses, your vitality, and your creativity every so often. So I went to this fancy smancy spa a while back, and while the attendant was showing me around, he pointed out, over there is the private jacuzzi, maintained at 102 degrees, and then over there, next to it, is the polar dip, which has water that is barely above freezing. I asked what I thought was the obvious question: why the hell would anyone want to jump into freezing water for fun? Then I got the 8-minute circulation, alkalizing, detoxifying, muscle expansion, contraction, negative energy, cancer tumor clearing benefits speech, right? I didn't bite it. I hate cold water. I don't surf because of it. I live on the Pacific Ocean, but that water is freaking cold. So I'm in the jacuzzi, and I asked the other guy in there if he was going to take the polar plunge. He said, hell yeah, it's awesome. And then he asked me if I was, and I said, hell no, I'm no masochist. I don't enjoy other forms of torture either. Then I watched as he went back and forth between the hot and the cold a few times, each time getting more animated about how awesome it was and how much I was a wussy for not trying it. Well, that's it. No one calls me a wussy. So I took the plunge. I instantly regretted it. But after I realized I wasn't actually having a heart attack and what I was feeling wasn't a million little needles that were seemingly puncturing my body and they weren't gonna go through any vital organs, and I got out, well, I hate to admit it, but it did kind of feel awesome. And I haven't felt that invigorated in a long time. I continued to feel awesome the whole rest of the day and for several days thereafter. Now, challenging your senses doesn't have to be that extreme, although it's pretty awesome, but you should continually challenge yourself and your senses by doing something you haven't done before. I'll give you for instance. I was in Hawaii a little while back giving a private workshop for a gaggle of CEOs who had flown in from all over the globe. I was going to be there a total of 4 days, including the 2.5-day workshop sessions and then a day on either side for a little R&R vacation time. The first day, my wife and I were laying out by the pool, getting some needed R&R, and I thought, how many times have I just relaxed by the side of a pool that I can't even remember because it wasn't very memorable? In other words, there was no sensory charge to it. I decided that we had to anchor the day in our memory by doing something we had never done before so that it would become a standout day. So we hired a Hobie Cat sailor and went out and sailed the ocean and tried to catch waves. Admittedly, initially, I wasn't really into the idea and I was feeling like I just preferred to hang out by the pool, but I pushed myself to do it anyway. Well, it was a blast, and now I will remember that day for many years to come. It was a high-charged day. Over the preceding days, we picked one thing to do to anchor the day. We paddle surfed one day, we zip lined another, and we took a helicopter over the island on the final day. Even though the trip was a while ago, those are really the only 4 things that I remember outside of the workshop. Where we ate, where we laid, what else we did was just a blur because it was expected. It was quote unquote normal and well, low charged. Now, every week I try to do something that I've never ever done before, just to keep my charge. And I'm more conscious about saying yes to new experiences than I might have been before because I know it's the key to keeping my charge. So I recommend that you try it too. This week, do something new, adventuresome, something way out of the ordinary for you. Tell us what you're gonna do in the comments below, and I can't wait to read it.